FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
In my view, the real problem here is not the presidency. Maybe we've moved into a world where candidates can run for the presidency without public funding. Maybe they can all raise their money from the internet. Maybe that's possible. Maybe we have a series of Barack Obama candidates. That would be great. But that will never be true of members of Congress or the United States Senate. They will always be dependent upon special interest money if we continue to require that they fund their campaigns through private contributions. So the reason there is this poster is that Colbert originally, his team was going to let us talk about this issue on the Colbert Report. And we're going to talk about the corrupting influence of money, so we made this fake poster that says the best president money can buy if you have enough of it, $2,300. At the very last minute, he shifted and he wouldn't let me talk about these issues. So it was an immensely frustrating moment because we were going to launch a strike, basically a funder strike. And our strike, which we have launched and has got $1 million in commitment right now, the funder strike basically says, you promise not to give any money to any candidate who doesn't support citizen-funded elections, period. Now, the trick of the internet, of course, is it's easy to get people to do what they already want to do, and none of us want to give money to politicians, so we're just asking you to do what you already want to do, but we're giving you a public regarding reason. It's like, stop the system of corruption by demanding that they get rid of private funding for public elections. And if we did that, if the proposal we have says basically there's a chunk of money they get from the Treasury, and they can raise as much money as they want in $250 contributions or less. If that were the world, there would be no way to believe that the reason a congressperson did what the congressperson did was because of the special interest money. I mean, maybe she was stupid. That's possible. But she wasn't corrupt, right? So, and when we believed that, we would engage her for democratic reasons to convince her to do what she should do, rather than disengage because we believe it's just about the money. I mean, I tell this story about Hillary Clinton. So Clinton, there's this horrible statute called the Bankruptcy Consumer Protection Act of 2006, I think. It's probably wrong, but some 2000 number, 2003. That statute was originally proposed during the Clinton administration. Bill Clinton originally was in favor of it. This horrible statute basically means that if you're a lower middle class person, you can never discharge credit card debt. You get credit card debt, you will literally carry this debt until you die. Right? So whereas companies like Enron can use bankruptcy to get out of their obligations to deliver energy to California, Bethlehem Steel can use bankruptcy to get out of its obligations to pay its pensions, lower middle class people can't use bankruptcy today to get out of credit card debt. Clinton was in favor of it. Hillary Clinton stopped Bill Clinton from signing the bill. Single-handedly stopped him from signing the bill. 2 years later, like Jason from Friday the 13th, the bill came back. 2 years later, she was no longer First Lady Clinton, she was Senator Clinton. 2 years later, she had received $140,000 in contributions from the credit card and financial services industries. 2 years later, she voted for this bill twice. Now you tell that story, and then you say, why did she change her vote? And everybody knows why she changed her vote. Now, I don't believe she changed her vote because of the money. I think there are actually reasons why it was important for her to change her vote and the position, and her reasons for changing the vote are reasons I actually believe. But my point is, whether you are like the 1% of the world who believes her or not, recognize that the vast majority of people will not even listen to the explanation. Like, they're finished. $140,000, I know why she changed her vote. So the whole premise of democracy is destroyed because you're not listening to reasons, you're not listening to be persuaded, you're not trying to understand. You're cynical and skeptical because you understand why she did what she did. Until we change that funding mechanism, we will not have the beginnings of democracy again.